Remember your mute.
Fight. Here we are, guys. Wow, no collusion. No collusion, Shady. What do you think? Wait. Hello, it is the Matrixxx Groove Hour. It is 1:03 on the East Coast. It is 4/18/2019, and the Mueller report just dropped. Shady Groove with 3 O's on Twitter. Welcome to the Matrixxx Groove Hour.
The Mueller report, the no obstruction, no collusion. The delusion is over, but the mainstream media seems to be intent on carrying on the narrative.
The no collusion delusion, Shady. Wow, you just can't make this stuff up, man. And who knew? Did anybody here know that there was no collusion? Did anybody here? Anons knew, didn't we? We knew.
Anons knew.
For how many years? At least 17 months, right?
We know for 17 months for sure.
Yeah, 2 years for sure. So, this is amazing. I just want to, let's just sit back for a second. Let's take a look at this because it's needed. Ready? Here we go, guys. Let's celebrate a little bit.
Eclectic method. There's no collusion, 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 no collusion. There's no collusion, 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 no obstruction. Whoa. A horror show. Whoa.
I don't think so.
Whoa. Mueller's probe, scum on top, and they had to be stopped. Whoa. A horror show. Whoa.
I don't think so.
Whoa. Mueller's probe. It was for justice now with quotes. Comey, the CIA, or somebody
Came from me. That could be a little dicey.
Everybody leaves the den of thieves, but they were nasty.
No loyalty.
Flippers, criminal acts, holds you back. 13 angry
The
Democrats.
media never covers that. When I say enemy of the people, it's called flipping, and it ought to be illegal.
Crazy, our president is crazy.
Crazy.
Crazy, our president is crazy.
A total phony.
Crazy, our president is crazy. Separating the families. Crazy, our president is crazy. It's not easy. No collusion. Is no collusion. No collusion. There is no obstruction. No collusion. Is no collusion. No collusion. Is no obstruction.
Fake news. I know all about flipping. Robert Mueller's got nothing. I know all about flipping.
And I'm like a ship, just keep going.
The Pfizer report, go after Manafort.
I would like to talk.
Never show up to court. I tweeted.
There was nobody to collude with.
Flip on whoever the next highest one is. I didn't want to.
Fake news.
I didn't want to.
Fake news. No collusion.
No collusion.
There is no collusion.
There was no obstruction. There was no collusion.
No collusion. No collusion. No collusion.
No collusion.
No collusion.
No collusion.
No collusion.
There was no collusion.
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 No obstruction.
For 30, 40 years, I've been watching flippers.
So there you go, guys. No Collusion. So that was No Collusion remix by Eclectic Method. And I gotta like that one. I forgot to like it. I also have a playable version on Twitter if you guys want to go grab that and tweet it around and have some fun with it. Wow, guys. We had a big bomb drop today. And we're just going to kind of cruise into it real quick. Shady, this is from ABC News last night. 16 hours ago, new top house Democratic, they keep saying Democratic committee.
I know.
Don't these people know how to spell? Aren't they in journalism? I mean,
No.
it's the top house Democrat committee chairs call on Attorney General Barr to cancel his planned news conference, calling it unnecessary and inappropriate. House chairs demand AG Barr cancels press conference. Secretary on Mueller report. Today, let's see, we got Gerald Nadler, Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence Chairman Adam B. Schiff, amazing. Committee on Oversight and Reform Chair Elijah Cummings, Committee on Financial Services Chairwoman Maxine Waters, and Committee on Foreign Affairs Chairman Elliot L. Engel issued the following joint statement calling for Attorney General William Barr to cancel a press conference on Special Counsel Mueller's report scheduled to take place before Congress is set to receive the report. Quote, the Department of Justice announced today that Attorney General will hold the press conference tomorrow morning before Congress and even seen Special Counsel Mueller's report. I mean, I just can't read this stuff. And Congress has even seen what? Okay, never mind. The press conference, which apparently will not include Special Counsel Mueller, is unnecessary and inappropriate and appears designed to shape the public perceptions of the report before anyone can read it. Quote, in addition, we understand from the press reports that the Department of Justice has had numerous conversations with lawyers from the White House about the report.
What?
Whoa! But we had a secret MOU to take down President Trump. Oh wait, never mind. That's a different story. There is no legitimate reason for the department to brief the White House prior to providing Congress a copy of the report. Quote, these new actions by the Attorney General reinforce our concern. I just goofed it up because I wanted to make it bigger for you. That he is acting to protect President Trump. The Attorney General previously stated, I do not believe it would be in the public's best interest for me to attempt to summarize the full report or release it to piecemeal fashion. He should let the full report speak for itself. The Attorney General should cancel the press conference and provide the full report to Congress as we have requested. With special counsel's fact-gathering work concluded, it is now Congress's responsibility to assess findings and the evidence and proceed accordingly. Actually, Shady, I think it's we the people that need to figure it out and let us read it. And you Congress scumbags need to sit down and shut up.
Well, I think they've had enough of the microphones, and I would prefer that the select ones that have been screaming collusion and that they have seen evidence of collusion for 2.5 years plus now would somehow get ostracized by people in their districts, because this is outrageous. It's outrageous of everything that they've produced, the propaganda, the immense layers of propaganda that have come out around this, and it is not ending now. I mean, right. you're watching the news now, and if you're not listening to the sound and hearing what they're saying and just reading their titles, they're still saying things like, "Oh, it doesn't exonerate him." Like, who was looking to exonerate the president? Like, if we're going to exonerate someone, how long could we investigate? We could investigate someone for 30 years to exonerate them. This is such a weird
That's what they're
perception.
after, Shady.
Yeah, it is. It is. They're after the people that just read and move on, and the people that are listening. Oh, you guys paying attention out there, you see it. They don't care that you see it.
They don't care, and they don't
They
care.
don't care.
Let's look at this guy just for a minute. The House Judiciary Chair Jerry Nadler, AG William Barr, has taken unprecedented steps to spin the Robert Mueller's investigation. The Attorney General appears to be waging a media campaign on behalf of the President Trump. How about you guys lose? There's nothing for you, and your eyebrow can go take a walk. All right, so let's
He's got eyebrow dysfunction syndrome.
Eyebrow dysfunction. Let's just quickly.
To spin, the Attorney General appears to be waging a media campaign on behalf of President Trump, the very subject of the investigation at the heart of the Mueller report.
I want Carly's laugh right now on his eyebrow.
Facts of the report speak for themselves. The Attorney General has taken unprecedented
It's going to walk away.
to spin Mueller's nearly 2-year investigation. 1, he summarized the report.
Look at the people.
Cherry-picked findings.
Cherry-picked findings.
Letter to Congress.
All right, we don't need to watch much more of that guy. Oh, look at that! Look at where I stopped him.
It's not a pouty face, is it?
No, it's a goof face. So I replied to ABC News and said, not approved, bring the pain, signed, we the people, because that pyramid is going down, guys. We're in there, and we want our country back, guys. This was, just as nice. John Reese said that he likes all these people, and I do as well. Thank you, John Reese, for the shout out. Appreciate it very, very much. I also quickly, and we're going to go through this timeline, but I saw this last night, and I wanted to bring it to you. There are 60 corporations that paid zero in federal income tax. That's $79 billion in profits. They received $4.3 billion in rebates, guys. Hashtag PaySur. This is, the likes of General Electric. This is the likes of Amazon. Here we go. IBM, Netflix, Molson, GM. These are your trust companies right here. Okay.
So we're not even taking taxes from Amazon and while they destroy our post office.
No. We're just
letting them destroy that post office, and we're not even collecting a tax revenue from them.
Yes, no. Jeff Bezos is not rich enough. He needs our help to finance every package that goes out too, Shady. Okay.
Well, how much. It costs a lot to be sending those selfies.
We do. It is. And look at this. I just want to Arrow is a big electronics company. Also, they do a lot in technology with like HP and stuff. ARA Mark, they're big. All the different stadiums and stuff have ARA Mark in there for food service and whatnot. American Electric Power, amazing. Alaska Air, which is interesting. Devon Energy, Deere, that's John Deere. John Deere would be rolling in his grave right now. Cliffs Natural Resources, if you like those Cliff bars, you can go to Chevron to get them. Delta Airlines, DTE Energy, Duke Energy, PaySur Country, guys. First Energy, see that? General Motors, Goodyear, Halliburton. Oh, interesting, Halliburton. How about pay some taxes? Coors, Molson Coors. Coors is now a Canadian company. No offense to our Canadian Patriots. JetBlue Airways, Kinder Morgan, Occidental Petroleum, Owens Corning, Pitney Bowes, PP. So you guys can go through the list. Whirlpool, Wisconsin Energy, a lot of energy, and we know why. Tech Data, one of the largest suppliers to a lot of the resellers out there doing technology. Salesforce.com, interesting, right? Pulte Group, which is the houses that are being built. So guys, just not good. And I just wanted to quickly touch on that. Nothing, major, nothing to see here. We'll just move right along.
Well, you mean you're not more concerned about seeing the tax returns from your president than you are about massive Fortune 500 companies not paying any revenue to the Treasury every year?
Yeah, we're going to see that our president paid taxes and he did it legally. And these guys, I am more concerned about these guys, Shady. Absolutely.
Me too.
And I'm also concerned about the whole structure of the IRS and the Federal Reserve System, and realizing that, you are not supposed to be taxed on the fruits of your labors. So You guys out there right now listening to us should not be paying any income tax. It should be the corporations paying the income tax. Don't people get it?
Well, the income tax. Well, a lot of people don't realize the income tax. It was a lot like they work with incrementalism, as I like to call it now. They worked with the same thing moving into this. So initially, whenever they switched us off of the gold standard and took the gold in the 30s, there was no quote unquote income tax, and then they slowly started levying that. But the initial income tax was only to be levied against corporations. So isn't this interesting how we've come around to corporations being immune from the income tax? Oh, and this
everything's backwards, upside down.
Too big to fail?
Yeah.
I never heard that until a few years back.
That's right. So, guys,
capitalist markets, there's nothing too big to fail. You either survive or you collapse under the weight of your own dysfunction.
That's right. Do you guys want to go over this real quick before we keep going, or we just stay on the collusion? Let's just stay on collusion. Here's our Donald Trump retweeted this today. Ready?
We are demanding, and we have a right, Congress has a right to the entire report with no redactions whatsoever.
Much of this material is Federal Rule 6E material, that is material that by law, unless contravened by vote of the House, must be kept secret.
We're entitled to see it because Congress represents the nation, and Congress has to take action on any of it. So we're entitled to see all of it.
The entire Judiciary Committee is going to see it to decide what must be kept confidential as protecting privacy of third parties. That means 50 people are going to see it. It's going to leak out. And those privacy rights are going to be violated, and that is ensured by this resolution.
He has said he will redact 4 classifications of information.
Right.
Our position is that he should redact none of it.
It represents statements which may or may not be true by various witnesses, salacious material, all kinds of material.
Yeah.
Where did the eyebrow go in 20 years?
I have no idea. So then our president said presidential harassment, okay, and that was 5 hours ago. And 4 hours ago, Donald J. Trump tweeted this. So we're kind of building the timeline up to the Barr press conference. Attorney General William Barr's press conference today at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Watch on Fox and OAN. And look at this post from Q here. This is 3059. AG Barr disgusted by what he's discovered so far. In all my years, in all my life, I never would have thought Killbox be possible within the halls of these prestigious federal agencies. Press conference coming. They will claim political attack. Whoa, that was 3/14/19. That's what they're doing right now. Okay. So that's that. So then I also found this one. Today on the calendar, Barr executes the order to declass. This is the, remember when Q asked us to think calendar, Shady? This is where we're at, right? So this is what happened today. Barr executes order to declass plus provide members of H committee long requested supplemental documentation in a C setting, scope memo plus class as required by law. And we heard our AG up there, Barr, saying that this is a requirement of law as well. And I thought that was very, very amazing. This is a deer in the headlights. This is what fear looks like, guys. This is him. This is how he was the whole time. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. I'm just missing Carly's laugh. That's all. That's all we need in this video. We need to do a laugh track for Carly. Carly, if you're out there, much love to you, Patriot. Yes, and happy birthday Song Babe. Anonymous information. Thank you for the reminder. One of our very own out there, Song Babe, is having a birthday, and what a birthday present she's received. And we're going to go show you what that is in 1 minute. This is a 3 hours ago. No collusion, no obstruction. This was right after this. Let's go ahead and just, Shady, I think we need to play this. Are you ready? I'm ready. Here we go, guys. Let's watch this one more time. And remember the mic drop at the end, man, guys. Here we go. And everybody's sitting there thinking about how they're going to spin it, checking Gannett to see what the 4 a.m. talking points are. Oh, I got to go to the bathroom. Oh, what else? I'm here. All right, let me see. Don't move. He's coming. Okay, wait. No, I gotta go. She really had to go, so she's. Okay, we got some cameras going. Here they come, guys. Here we go. Let's take a listen. Oh, here she's back. Here we go.
Good morning, everybody, and thanks for being here this morning. As you know, on March 22nd, Special Counsel Robert Mueller concluded his investigation into matters related to Russian attempts to interfere in our 2016 presidential election, and he submitted his confidential report to me pursuant to department regulations. As I said during my Senate confirmation hearing and since, I'm committed to ensuring the greatest degree possible of transparency concerning the special counsel's investigation, consistent with the law. At 11 this morning, I'm going to transmit copies of the public version of the special counsel's report to the chairman and ranking members of the Senate and House Judiciary Committees. The Department of Justice will also make the report available to the American people by posting it on the department's website after it has been delivered to Congress. I'd like to make a few comments today on the report. Before I do that, I want to thank Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein for joining me here today and for his assistance and counsel throughout this process. Rod, as you know, has served at the department for nearly 30 years with dedication and distinction, and it's been a great privilege and pleasure for me to work with him since my confirmation. He had well-deserved plans to step back from public service that were interrupted by my asking him to help in my transition. Rod has been an invaluable partner, and I am grateful that he is willing to help me and has been able to see the special counsel's investigation through to its conclusion. Thanks, Rod. I'd also like to thank Special Counsel Robert Mueller for his service and the thoroughness of his investigation, particularly his work exposing the nature of Russia's attempts to interfere in our electoral process. As you know, one of the primary purposes of the Special Counsel's investigation was to determine whether President Trump's campaign or any individual associated with it conspired or coordinated with the Russian government to interfere in the 2016 election. Volume 1 of the Special Counsel's report describes the results of that investigation. As you will see, the Special Counsel's report states that his, quote, investigation did not establish that members of the Trump campaign conspired or coordinated with the Russian government in its election interference activities. I am sure that all Americans share my concern about the efforts of the Russian government to interfere in our presidential election. As the Special Counsel report makes clear, the Russian government sought to interfere in our election process. But thanks to the Special Counsel's thorough investigation, we now know that the Russian operatives who perpetrated these schemes did not have the cooperation of President Trump or the Trump campaign, or the knowing assistance of any other American for that matter. That is something that all Americans can and should be grateful to have confirmed. The Special Counsel report outlines two main efforts by the Russian government to influence the 2016 election. First, the report details efforts by the Internet Research Agency, a Russian company with close ties to the Russian government, to sow social discord among American voters through disinformation and social media operations. Following a thorough investigation of this disinformation campaign, the Special Counsel brought charges in federal court against several Russian nationals and entities for their respective roles in this scheme. Those charges remain pending, and the individual defendants remain at large. But the special counsel found no evidence that any American, including anyone associated with the Trump campaign, conspired or coordinated with the Russian government or the IRA in this illegal scheme. Indeed, as the report states, quote, the investigation did not identify evidence that any U.S. person knowingly or intentionally coordinated with the IRA's interference operation, unquote. Put another way, the special counsel found no collusion by any Americans in IRA's illegal activities. Second, the report details efforts by the Russian military officials associated with the GRU, the Russian Military Intelligence Organization, to hack into computers and steal documents and emails from individuals associated with the Democratic Party and Hillary Clinton's campaign for the purpose of eventually publicizing these documents. Obtaining such unauthorized Following a thorough investigation of these hacking operations, the special counsel brought charges in federal court against several Russian military officers for their respective roles in these illegal hacking operations. Those charges are still pending, and the defendants remain at large. But again, the special counsel's report did not find any evidence that members of the Trump campaign or anyone associated with the campaign conspired or coordinated with the Russian government in these hacking operations. In other words, there was no evidence of the Trump campaign collusion with the Russian government's hacking. The special counsel's investigation also examined Russian efforts to publish stolen emails and documents on the internet. The special counsel found that after the GRU disseminated some of the stolen documents to entities that it controlled, DC Leaks and Guccifer 2, the GRU transferred some of the stolen materials to WikiLeaks for publication. WikiLeaks then made a series of document dumps. The special counsel also investigated whether any member or affiliate of the Trump campaign encouraged or otherwise played a role in these dissemination efforts. Under applicable law, publication of these types of material would not be criminal unless the publisher also participated in the underlying hacking conspiracy. Here, too, the special counsel's report did not find that any person associated with the Trump campaign illegally participated in the dissemination of the materials. Finally, the special counsel investigated a number of links or contacts between the Trump campaign officials and individuals connected with the Russian government during the 2016 presidential campaign. After reviewing these contacts, the special counsel did not find any conspiracy to violate U.S. law involving Russian-linked persons and any persons associated with the Trump campaign. So that's the bottom line. After nearly 2 years of investigation, thousands of subpoenas, hundreds of warrants, and witness interviews, the special counsel confirmed that the Russian government sponsored efforts to illegally interfere with the 2016 presidential election, but did not find that the Trump campaign or other Americans colluded in those efforts. After finding no underlying collusion with Russia, the special counsel's report goes on to consider whether certain actions of the president could amount to obstruction of the special counsel's investigation. As I addressed in my March 24th letter, the special counsel did not make a traditional prosecutorial judgment regarding this allegation. Instead, the report recounts 10 episodes involving the president and discusses potential legal theories for connecting those activities to the elements of an obstruction offense. After carefully reviewing the facts and legal theories outlined in the report, and in consultation with the Office of Legal Counsel and other department lawyers, the Deputy Attorney General and I concluded that the evidence developed by the special counsel is not sufficient to establish that the president committed an obstruction of justice offense. Although the Deputy Attorney General and I disagreed with some of the special counsel's legal theories and felt that some of the episodes examined did not amount to obstruction as a matter of law, we did not rely solely on that in making our decision. Instead, we accepted the special counsel's legal framework for purposes of our analysis and evaluated the evidence as presented by the special counsel in reaching our conclusions. In assessing the president's actions discussed in the report, it is important to bear in mind the context. President Trump faced an unprecedented situation. As he entered into office and sought to perform his responsibilities as president, federal agents and prosecutors were scrutinizing his conduct before and after taking office and the conduct of some of his associates. At the same time, there was relentless speculation in the news media about the president's personal culpability. Yet, as he said from the beginning, there was in fact no collusion. And as the special counsel's report acknowledges, there is substantial evidence to show that the president was frustrated and angered by his sincere belief that the investigation was undermining his presidency, propelled by his political opponents, and fueled by illegal leaks. Nonetheless, the White House fully cooperated with the special counsel's investigation, providing unfettered access to campaign and White House documents, directing senior aides to testify freely, and asserting no privilege claims. And at the same time, the president took no act that in fact deprived the special counsel of the documents and witnesses necessary to complete his investigation. Apart from whether the acts were obstructive, this evidence of non-corrupt motives weighs heavily against any allegation that the president had a corrupt intent to obstruct the investigation. Now, before I take questions, I want to address a few aspects of the process for producing the public report that I am releasing today. As I said several times, the report contains limited redactions related to 4 categories of information. To ensure as much transparency as possible, those redactions have been clearly labeled so that the readers can tell which redactions correspond to which categories. Now, to recall, those categories are 6E material, grand jury material, information that the IC believes would disclose sources and methods, information that would impair the investigation and prosecution of other cases that are underway, and finally, information that implicates the privacy and reputational interests of peripheral third parties. As you will see, most of the redactions were compelled by the need to prevent harm to ongoing matters and to comply with court orders prohibiting the public disclosure of information bearing on ongoing investigations and criminal cases, such as the IRA case and the Roger Stone case. These redactions were applied by Department of Justice attorneys working closely together with attorneys from the special counsel's office, as well as the intelligence community, and prosecutors are handling the ongoing cases. The redactions are their work product. No redactions done by anybody outside this group. There were no redactions done by anybody outside this group. No one outside this group proposed any redactions, and no one outside the department has seen the unredacted report, with the exception of certain sections that were made available to IC, the intelligence community, for their advice on protecting intelligence sources and methods. Consistent with longstanding executive branch practice, the decision whether to assert executive privilege over any portion of the report rested with the President of the United States. Because the White House had voluntarily cooperated with the special counsel, significant portions of the report contained material over which the President could have asserted privilege, and he would have been well within his rights to do so. Following my March 29th letter, the Office of the White House Counsel requested the opportunity to review the redacted version of the report in order to advise the President on the potential invocation of privilege, which is consistent with longstanding practice. Following that review, the President confirmed that in the interest of transparency and full disclosure to the American people, he would not assert privilege over the special counsel's report. Accordingly, the public report I am releasing today contains redactions only for the 4 categories that I previously outlined, and no material has been redacted based on executive privilege. In addition, earlier this week, the President's personal counsel requested and was given the opportunity to read a final version of the redacted report before it was publicly released. That request was consistent with the practice followed under the Ethics in Government Act, which permitted individuals named in a report prepared by an independent counsel the opportunity to read the report before publication. The President's personal lawyers were not permitted to make and did not request any redactions. In addition to making the redacted report public, we are also working with Congress to accommodate their legitimate oversight interests with respect to the special counsel's investigation. We have been consulting with Chairman Graham and Chairman Nadler through this process, and we will continue to do so. Given the limited nature of the redactions, I believe that the publicly released report will allow every American to understand the results of the special counsel's investigation. Nevertheless, in an effort to accommodate congressional requests, we will make available, subject to appropriate safeguards, to a bipartisan group of leaders from several congressional committees, a version of the report with all redactions removed, except those relating to grand jury information. Thus, these members of Congress will be able to see all of the redacted material for themselves, with a limited exception of that which, by law, cannot be shared. I believe that this accommodation, together with my upcoming testimony before the Senate and House Judiciary Committees, will satisfy any need Congress has for information regarding the special counsel's investigation. Once again, I'd like to thank you for being here, and I will now have a few questions.
Mr. Attorney General, we don't have the report in hand, so could you explain for us the special counsel's articulated reason for not reaching a decision on obstruction of justice, and if it had anything to do with the department's long-standing guidance on not indicting a sitting president? And you say you disagreed with some of his legal theories. What did you disagree with him on?
I'd leave it to his description in the report, the special counsel's own articulation of why he did not want to make a determination as to whether or not there was an obstruction offense. But I will say that when we met with him, Deputy Attorney General Rosenstein and I met with him, along with Ed O'Callahan, who is the principal associate deputy, on March 5th, we specifically asked him about the OLC opinion and whether or not he was taking the position that he would have found a crime but for the existence of the OLC opinion. And he made it very clear several times that that was not his position. He was not saying that but for the OLC opinion he would have found a crime. He made it clear that he had not made the determination that there was a crime.
Did you disagree with him on?
May I follow up on that, Mr. Attorney General?
What did you disagree with him on?
Given that, why did you and Mr. Rosenstein feel the need you had to take it to the next step to conclude that there was no crime, especially given that DOJ policy?
Well, the very prosecutorial function and all our powers as prosecutors, including the power to convene grand juries and the compulsory process that's involved there, is for one purpose and one purpose only. It's determine yes or no. Was alleged conduct criminal or not criminal? That is our responsibility, and that's why we have the tools we have. And we don't go through this process just to collect information and throw it out to the public. We collect this information, we use that compulsory process for the purpose of making that decision. And because the special counsel did not make that decision, we felt the department had to, and that was a decision by me and the Deputy Attorney General. Yes.
Or did the special counsel indicate that he wanted you to make the decision, or that it should be left for Congress? And also, how do you respond to criticism you're receiving from congressional Democrats that you're acting more as a attorney for the president rather than as the chief law enforcement officer?
Special Counsel Mueller did not indicate that his purpose was to leave the decision to Congress. I hope that was not his view, since we don't convene grand juries and conduct criminal investigations for that purpose. He did not, I didn't talk to him directly about the fact that we were making the decision, but I am told that his reaction to that was that it was my prerogative as Attorney General to make that decision.
Attorney General Barr Catherine here at Fox News. Hi there. Is there anything you can share today about your review of the genesis of the Russia investigation and whether assets have been provided to investigate?
No, today I'm really focused just on the process of releasing this report.
Senior Democrats in Congress have asked for Robert Mueller himself to testify. Robert Mueller remains a Justice Department employee as of this moment. Will you permit him to testify publicly to Congress?
I have no objection to Bob Mueller personally testifying.
Mr. Attorney General, it's not just Democrats who have questioned some of the process here. A Republican-appointed judge on Tuesday said you have, quote, created an environment that has caused a significant part of the American public to be concerned about these redactions. You've cleared the president on obstruction. The president is fundraising off of your comments about spying. And here you have remarks that are quite generous to the president, including acknowledging his feelings and his emotions. So what do you say to people on both sides of the aisle who are concerned that you are trying to protect the president?
Well, actually, the statements about his sincere beliefs are recognized in the report, that there was substantial evidence for that. So I'm not sure what your basis is for saying that I am being generous to the president.
You face an unprecedented situation. It just seems like there's a lot of effort to say, to go out of your way to acknowledge how this.
Well, is there another precedent for it?
No, but it's unusual.
Okay, so unprecedented is an accurate description, isn't it?
Yes, but
okay.
What do you say to people who are concerned that you're trying to protect the president?
Eric?
There's a lot of public interest in the absence of the special counsel and members of his team. Was he invited to join you up on the podium? Why is he not here? This is his report, obviously, that you're talking about today.
No, it's not. It's a report he did for me as the Attorney General. He is required under the regulation to provide me with a confidential report. I'm here to discuss my response to that report and my decision, entirely discretionary, to make it public, since these reports are not supposed to be made public. That's what I'm here to discuss.
Propriety for you to come out and sort of what appears to be sort of spinning the report before the public gets a chance to read it?
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
That guy is awesome, guys. Wow. And you know what? The volume, I couldn't mess with it. I couldn't even turn it up. So, Shady, what do you think of that? Okay. All right, so there we go. That's Barr. Shady, what's your thoughts?
My thoughts are the media does not know how to properly ask a question relevant to what's being discussed.
Yeah, because it doesn't fit their talking points. And this is like, oh my gosh, because this happened during the day. They've already got their 4 a.m. talking points. And let me just go to those real quick. Here are their talking points right now. Apparently, their talking points are materially impaired is the 4 a.m. talking point. So you'll see this, Daniel Dale, the Mueller report says lies to Congress and the special counsel from several individuals affiliated with the Trump campaign materially impaired the investigation of the Russia election interference. Russia Rep Swalwell, I can never say his name right. Russia attacked us. The Mueller report details multiplicity of contacts between Russia and real Donald Trump's team, and that Trump and his team materially impaired the That just means collusion. Don't you guys understand that there is no collusion? John Harwood, materially impaired. Look at USA Today. Guess what? Materially impaired. Talking Points memo. Nidra Tanden. There's a
Let me guess.
USA Today. Yeah, all of it. Materially impaired. And, you know, I've got the law dictionary on there, but basically it's a fancy word for meaning they're still on the obstruction bender. So no collusion, no obstruction, Shady.
Yeah, and let's clarify what it is they're saying. This is so disturbing to me. It shows an absolute disingenuous conversation being presented by all those in media, left or right, all of them in media. They keep, whether it's Brett Baer on Fox or one of the NPCs over there on MSNBC.
WNPC.
Thank you. Whether, no matter who it is, they keep talking about this word obstruction and keep bringing it up. They're not discussing the law. The law is very clear. If there was no case to be brought against this man, Rudy Giuliani came on and said to them, as he was talking to them, George Papadopoulos was met by Miss Fudd. Miss Fudd was giving him information. George Papadopoulos, they sent another intelligence operative to meet up with him in Australia or wherever it was. He gave the information he got from the first intelligence officer to that guy, and then they pointed to that as saying he is a spy. And Mr. Giuliani was saying, I don't know about anyone else, but that looks like to me a frame job. It looks like to me an intelligence dissemination event, not a spy event or a collusion event. But there is no crime. You cannot obstruct the investigation of not a crime. Why won't they talk about that? Why do they keep on driving this? Even Fox News is driving this, although they didn't exonerate him. The special counsel is not the court. They're only making recommendations for prosecution.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. This is recommendations. This is not a you're guilty, you're not guilty. This is a recommendation for prosecution. And guess what? Game over. No collusion. No obstruction for the haters and the radical left Democrats. And you know what? Some of the fake MAGA people too. The fake Republicans. Game over. And I thought that was an interesting tweet. Game over.
They were pulling against him as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And a lot of the people voting against some things out there that we've watched in the last few months are pulling against this guy behind the scenes. But he uses his bully pulpit to make them at least act on the surface like they support him, but their actions behind the scene do not.
And remember, we saw that only 16% of the head GOPs, the senior GOP, are going with Trump. So we know that there's a never Trump, stop Trump campaign still out there. Now, this is Q-Post with game over. Okay, I thought this was very important to kind of look at. Public awakening equals game over, guys. You are here. You are at the public awakening. We're still waiting for the, sky is falling narrative for this. This is, this is a better way to do it. On my tweet, I can actually go right to the game over tweet. So these are, it says game and over, but I really want to focus on a couple of these because they're absolutely amazing tweets when you look at game over. There is the public awakening, game over. And then there's this one here. So, example, abuse of power, reminder, Hussein E.O. And it's talking about Rep Swalwell and Eric Holder. And it's got the GPO findings here. Executive Order 13-526, which adds up to 17. 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 2 plus 6 is 17. It's section 17. This is an Obama executive order, and we've covered this before, but it's very interesting about all of this stuff about about conceal violations of law, inefficiency or administrative law, prevent embarrassment to a person, organization, or agency, restrain competition, or prevent the release of information that does not require protection in the interest of national security. Sleep no more. The American people and others around the world are awakening. Panic. Game over. This one too is the one, it's actually game is over, which I thought was amazing. So if you continue to proceed down this dangerous path, only know that we are prepared. You should know this based on earlier drops regarding SA, National Guard, military assets activate U.S. soil. The game is over when the public knows. Press 17 if you guys know now, okay? So the game is over, right? We now know. The fight to keep the lights off is all that matters to you. You will fail. The American people are awake. You lost control. Sheep no more. You underestimated their resolve and their ability to free think away from the pipeline narrative. We will declass. We will shine the light. There is nowhere to hide. No amount of money, influence, or power can stop this. Our rights to secure and protect at all costs then become justify. We stand at the ready. Red wave, white squall, in God we trust. And that is Q post 1603. He's actually, that was a reminder of that post. And he said this. Q team said this. If you are smart, stupid, you know what just occurred at the meeting in Russia. Attempts to frame Russia, POTUS, optics are failing and will soon be exposed. Objective to keep POTUS away from Putin failed. Bolton and Putin should scare you. Enemies are allies. Evil has no place here. America is no longer for sale. The age of taxing our citizens across the world while entry to our markets is free is over. The world will unite in this cause. Germany versus E/R v. W. Wow, so Roe v. Wade. So I don't know what that, I forgot about that one. Forced immigration pushers will be exposed. The why. Read the Bible. God wins. Q. And here we go. Soros takes orders from P. Pesor. You have no idea how sick and evil these people are. Fight, fight, fight. Day of days. Game over. And this is when we're playing the game. It is now over, guys. How about a nice game of chess? There's something in the report where he said he wasn't at the Russian chess thing. How about chess? He didn't go. Shall we play a game? All right. This game is over, folks. So very, very amazing stuff. Shady?
Well, I think that points us right to what we're looking for, and to the president talking right to us. Again, reiterating, the president communicating with you in a meme manner.
Yeah.
Right? And
right.
That says more than it says for the words. You see the intensity, you see the direct calm there with that meme. And now this, right, where you're getting ready to talk about.
Yeah, this is the game over. So we look at GO. I remember this one. Enough is enough. And that's the conference, AWC. So there's some sort of conference, maybe a call or something like that. Owls, which could be the Federal Reserve System because the owl is on the back of the dollar bill. Good hunting. Q. This is amazing, guys. And
that was
Sheepdog 17. Thank you so much. Go ahead, Chitty.
I was just going to say this was 12/23/17. This was 2 days after the executive order.
That is absolutely right,
so
Shady.
That's that's a long time ago.
That is a long time ago. We knew. Anons knew. All right, now I want to just point you to this. Here is the SC report, folks. Dig. Here's volume 1. Volume 2 is actually on page 200 or 240, but this is what it looks like. And Cutter actually let me know that on page 9, I'm going to actually just scroll down to page 9. I know it's it's still loading. There it is, page 9. There's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So if you look at this, I think it's at the bottom of page 9. It talks about right here. So it's the formal. Let me see. Third, the investigation established that several individuals affiliated with the Trump campaign lied to the office and to Congress about their interactions with Russia-affiliated individuals in related matters. Those lies materially impaired the investigation of Russian election interference. The office charged some of those lies as violations to the federal false statements issue. Former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn, God bless you, General Flynn, pled guilty for lying about his interactions with Russia Ambassador Kislyak, I don't know. During the transition period, George Papadopoulos, a foreign policy advisor to the campaign period, pled guilty to lying investigators about the inter alia, the nature and timing of his interactions with Joseph Misfud, and professor who told Papadopoulos that the Russian had dirt on the candidate Clinton in the form of thousands of emails. Former Trump Organization attorney Michael Cohen pled guilty to making false statements to Congress about the Trump Moscow project, but as you know, there's harm to ongoing matter. It's blacked out. There's a bunch of stuff blacked out. So Manafort lied. Manafort was a plant. See, these guys were plants. These were their people, guys. And our General Flynn took one for the team, guys. He took a bullet for all of us, man. And he's a hero. So there's a lot more in here. We did do a little digging, or I did. I thought I found some kind of cool stuff in here. This is his name was Seth Rich, page 48. They start talking about the beginning of 16. Assange and WikiLeaks made a number of statements about Seth Rich, a former DNC staffer member who was killed in July 2016. The statements about Rich implied falsely that he had been the source of the stolen DNC email, but you notice there's still investigations going on, guys. So some of this stuff in the report who's potentially connected to their public, if there's someone who's potentially connected to our publication and that person has been murdered in a suspicious, it starts going in there. Oh, guys, Anons, you are in here. We made it. We got a shout out, but we're all redacted. We got proprietary memes. So shout out to you Anons and your memes. Memes, and more memes, Shady. What do you think of that one there?
I really like the proprietary ones.
That's awesome. And I also saw this. No wonder we're being attacked. This is, it talks about a troll in here. The term troll refers to internet users, in this context, paid operatives who post inflammatory or otherwise disruptive content on social media or other websites. I think we know who those people are, guys. I think we know who these trolls are. And they're saying that people are being paid. They're being paid. All right. Here's another one, page 56 on Seth Rich. We'll just kind of cruise through it. The office was able to identify when the GRU, operating through its personas Guccifer 2.0 and DCL Leaks, transferred some of the stolen documents to WikiLeaks through an online archive set up by the GRU. Assange had access to the internet from the Ecuadorian embassy in London, England. Investigative technique, can't see it. Then we go down on July 14th, the GRU officers used Guccifer 2.0 email account to send WikiLeaks an email bearing the subject Big Archive and the message New Attempt. The email contained encrypted attachment with the name WKDNC link 1 text.gpg. Using the Guccifer 2.0 Twitter account, GRU officers sent WikiLeaks an encrypted file and instructed on how to open it. On July 18, 2016, WikiLeaks confirmed in direct message to Guccifer 2.0 that the account had it on 1 gigabit or so archive and would make release of stolen documents this week. On July 22, 2016, WikiLeaks released over 20,000 emails and other documents stolen from the DNC computer networks. The Democratic National Convention began 3 days later. So I think you guys really, are starting to kind of get the picture here. This is continuing. Many of the Department of Justice still going on about the Guccifer stuff. I think Vega will go ahead and drop that tweet in there. He already has. That dude is awesome. So then we're looking at the analysis of the metadata collected from the WikiLeaks site revealed that the stolen Podesta emails show a creation date of September 19, 2016. Assange's computer, based on information about how Assange's computer and possible operating system this date may be when the GRU staged the stolen Podesta email to transfer to WikiLeaks, as the GRU had previously done in July 2016 for the DNC emails. Anon said proof they didn't have Assange's computer right here. The office cannot rule out the stolen documents were transferred to WikiLeaks through intermediaries who visited during the summer of 2016. For example, public reporting identified Andrew Mueller-Maugan and WikiLeaks associate who have assisted with the transfer of these stolen documents to WikiLeaks. And there's still some more going on. His name was Seth Rich. So if there's no collusion, no Russian collusion, Russia didn't do it, no American did it, does Seth Rich get is he done? Is he free now? And this is about Seth Rich. Beginning the summer of 2016, Assange and WikiLeaks made a number of statements about Seth Rich, a former DNC staffer who was killed in July 2016. The statements about Rich implied falsely that he had been the source of the stolen DNC emails. On August 29, 2016, WikiLeaks' Twitter account announced WikiLeaks has decided to issue a $20,000 reward for information leading to the conviction for the murder of DNC staffer Seth Rich. Oh, isn't that interesting, huh? I mean, just crazy. So, likewise, on August 25th, 2016, Assange was asked in an interview, "Why are you so interested in Seth Rich's killer?" He responded, "We are very interested in anything that might be a threat to the alleged WikiLeaks sources." The interviewer responded to Assange's statement by commenting, "I know you don't want to reveal your source, but it certainly sounds like you're suggesting a man who leaked information to WikiLeaks was then murdered." Assange replied, "If there's someone who leaked information to WikiLeaks then was murdered..." Oh, wait. If there was... Excuse me. Assange replied, "If there was someone who potentially connected to our publication, and that person has been murdered in suspicious, techniques, hear me sing, that's it." So we can keep digging. We're gonna keep digging. And the Kazakhstans are in the report. Look at this. So we got there they are. They're in the report. Going off to fight Twitter, fight President Trump for Twitter. So we've got a little bit of anon digging. I know Tracy Beans, I was told over there, has some stuff going on as well. We're gonna be digging on this as well. We've got a lot to talk about in the upcoming near future on this stuff, Shady.
Yeah, I was kind of anticipating a little bit of this. I think as we go through this report, we'll probably find some more. But I do kind of anticipate the Mueller report to be leading people astray. Like he's pretending like, oh, this is this over here, whenever it's really nothing. And the statement's like, oh, what? Even though I couldn't exonerate him. Well, of course you can't exonerate him. So Barr mentioned it in his little press conference there, kind of alluded to that a little bit. Like, I don't understand some of the classifications or some of the interpretations that Mueller was making in according with some of the investigation. So I think there's going to be a little hide and seek going on where I was reading into that a little bit, where he was, making the reference to try to throw people off the scent of Seth Rich there in that report.
Yeah. And the National Guard said this is where the first muster was held. It was a start and dialogue and a series of events that led to a war in which a band of citizen soldiers took on the biggest, brawniest, strongest military force known to man at the time to seek their freedom. I think, in my opinion, that is a shout out to the Q Army. That's you guys. Today, we're known as the Q Army. And in Q Post 563 says, why are we here? Why are we providing crumbs? Think memo. Building the army. Not convinced this is spreading? You, the people, have the power. You, the people, just forgot how to play. Together, you are strong. Apart, you are weak. They want you divided. They want race wars. They want class wars. They want religious wars. They want political wars. They want you divided. Learn. For God and country, learn. Stay strong. Stay together. Fight, fight, fight. This is more important than you can imagine. Q. I thought that was just kind of a cool little pick up there. And I think this is the actual mic drop. Let's see if this sounds better, guys.
Propriety for you to come out and sort of what appears to be sort of spinning the report before the public gets a chance to read it.
Yeah, it doesn't sound much better, Shady.
Okay.
Anyways, I don't know why. I gotta take a look at that, but that was the press conference, and then they will turn on their own. This is Rep. Nadler. It is clear Congress and the American people must hear from Special Counsel Robert Mueller in person to better understand his findings. We are now requesting Mueller to appear before the House Judiciary as soon as possible. They're going to turn on their own, guys. We just showed you the actual talking points and all that stuff. We showed you that there was no collusion, nothing, guys. And here's your talking points. They're going to say materially impaired. So I think today they're going to be running around like rats scurrying. And tomorrow, the 19th, as per the watch, will be a big boom day. It is Friday. And then the 27th, where President Trump is on the other watch is the 27th date. That could be President Trump's actual, the Green Bay, Wisconsin rally too. So you got the 19th and 27th in the dates of the watches. Could be interesting, guys.
I think that everyone should be have their eyes glued on that rally in Green Bay. I have a sneaking suspicion that you're going to get a lot of what you've been waiting for.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it's going to be
not just enthusiasm, like real straight talk, man.
And you
like
know what?
We've never seen from a president ever.
Yeah, and you know what? Actually, Shady, I agree with you. And he's ditching the press event.
Right.
Because of that too, so very amazing. Let's take
the press event where they celebrate what a great job they do and throw a party for themselves.
Right. Look at this guy, mad liberals.
Still here? It's over. Go home.
Are you still here? It's over. I love that.
Go away.
Yeah, it was funny too. I tweeted this. I found that over at in Discord, over at We the People, and then look at she tweeted it and tagged me. So let's drop that one. Donna Warren, she's amazing. So we've got deer in the headlights, guys. There's gonna be so much coming out of this. We're just on the cusp of all this, but I want to just quickly let's revert back to Notre Dame. This is more footage from the roof. It was captured on 1705, which is
bringing you more stuff that did not happen.
Yeah, this didn't happen. Captured at 1705 on the evening of April 15th, an individual yet to be identified is seen. But wait, there's nobody on the work site, Shady.
No, it's conspiracy theories.
Right. Okay. But we see it right here with our own eyes, don't we?
No, it's a conspiracy theory.
All right, you guys tell me if you see anything with your own eyes, please. All right, I'm going to play it. And let's look at 8 and 21 on this. Let's take a look. Ready? And I'll tell you, I'm going to slow it down when it's 8. Here we are. Right now. Right now. Boom. Did you see that flash, guys?
Nobody on the site?
Nobody on the site. Let's see. Ready? Play. Boom. Oh, what was that? What was that, Shady? That's not right.
That was...
Let's try it again.
A UFO.
Oh, whoa, there was a... Oh, there's somebody walking around there. That's somebody on the site? No.
That is a Sasquatch.
Okay, that's
so
Sasquatch.
It's not a person. That we've proven Bigfoot.
So I'm crazy, right? Okay, so here's 21. Let's go look at 21. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger again and then play it. So 21. Let's see what we got. Oh, buffering. Loves the buffer. Buffer. Right. Oh, what was that, Shady?
Another UFO.
Nothing to see here. Look at, there's a guy there. You can see him right about center screen there. And then flash. That's interesting.
Man who make light orb.
Man who make light orb. All right, here we go. Flash. Wow. Okay, that's interesting, man. I tell you, don't ask any questions. You might get banned from Twitter. This is another video that Vernon actually did. This Vernon at Tipsy Piano Bar. I actually should follow that person because they're doing a fabulous job. I then found this. This is another view of it.
Was that a mama says it's swamp gas?
It's swamp gas.
I didn't think of that. It really kind of does look like swamp gas.
It probably is. All right, so new video surfaces from a nearby public webcam before the fire started. So let's look at... Oh! So we've got another view of flashing.
Huh?
Yeah. Again, slower at 23 seconds. So look at the arrow. Look at the arrow. Ooh! What is that, Shady?
Huh. So let me get this straight. We have no people on the site. Construction was not currently going on. There were no people involved. There was no conspiracy involved. No one set the fire. It started organically. And what you just witnessed were not flashes on the roof before the fire started. And there was not people on the roof before the fire started. Just remember your narrative, everyone. Stay with the stay with the program here. We got to discern. Think for yourself.
Here's another one. Field of Vern. I like that. Field of Vern.
These are multiple camera angles of the same event.
Yeah, but nobody was there, Shady. There, look, you can even see him walking around, Shady.
Why don't they just go get rid of the camera video, Matrixx?
Yeah. Here it is further out. I mean, this guy did a great job, guys.
I mean, they really did a good job getting it all after 9/11.
Yeah.
So I think they're slacking.
Boom! I saw a flash, and there he is walking around. Let's remember what we saw the first time, guys. Let's just watch this one more time.
Toda la ínsula, varias personas y como decíamos están planteando evacuar toda la ínsula. Varias personas
You know,
están planteando evacuar toda la.
that's the clearest picture I've seen, and it looks kind of like a prayer dress of some sort to me. But I'm not going to make any accusations or conjectures. But there's people on the site, clearly, Shady, right? Is that clear? Is that clear as day? So look, Shady's right. Ask questions. It's okay to ask questions, guys. It's okay.
And this comes right along with multiple attacks on churches going on in America and around the world right now that you're not hearing about.
They arrested somebody yesterday at St. Patrick's Cathedral in New York City.
Yes, with 2 cans of gasoline walking into the church.
Yeah, I'm sure that's just a coincidence, right?
There was no one there either.
Right, yeah. Interesting, yeah. So, this stuff, guys, we've got...
Well, when you're in the Matrix, there's always the anomalies that are just, that don't exist.
And then there's like the chief architect for the project, right, Shady? Let's hear what he has to say.
The chief architect of Notre Dame has unequivocally said that this could not be an accident, ladies and gentlemen. Benjamin Mouton appeared on live national television to describe the incident for the first time. And according to his statements, the fire did not begin in a location where renovation work was occurring. Ladies and gentlemen, we repeat this very important fact. The fire initially broke out in a location where no renovation work was occurring. Now, of course, that might be difficult for some people to understand because when they see, the images of Notre Dame, they see the scaffolding around the spire. They see that the spire, basically caught on fire first. They assume that it must be renovation work. And, of course, that has been the propaganda that has been parroted by the mainstream television all across the world. But in fact, we're learning for the very first time now that there was no renovation work occurring at this particular location. We're also learning some very interesting information about the timeline of this fire. Now, the first alarms went off at 6:20 p.m. local time out there in Paris, and firefighters were called to the scene at 6:20. And inspected the location and found nothing to be concerned about. So they evacuated the location, ladies and gentlemen. And
what? Those guys are conspiracy theorists. I'm gonna have to get my tinfoil hat ready for them so I can send them one. Hope my sarcasm comes through.
The Great Awakening, guys. The game is over. We have awakened. Abby Cook.
We've seen the light. We put up a struggle. We put up a fight. It's definitely not over, but it'll be alright. Unite. The new world order can pass away, 'cause we've seen the light for better days. If you don't believe me, then that's okay. I believe in you anyways. Pull back the blinds, read between the lines. If you search deep, you will find the truth. They will come and try to divide us. Disinformation to start and scrutinize us. But they got men on us, 'cause we've awakened. We've awakened. We've awakened. Step back and ask who controls the information. Think for yourself and let's start participation. Take your hand off snooze. We've awakened. We've awakened. We've awakened. We're pulling off the covers. We've opened our eyes. We see each other and we realize that we're not alone in this fight. So we must unite. Can you believe how far we've come? Don't let the darkness overrun what we've accomplished, what we've begun. Don't turn and run. Pull back the blinds. Read between the lines. If you search deep, you will find the truth. They will come and try to divide us. Disinformation to start and scrutinize us. But they got nothing on us, 'cause we've awakened. We've awakened. We've awakened. Step back and ask who controls the information. Think for yourself and let's start participation. Take your hand off snooze. We've awakened. We've awakened. We've awakened. We've awakened. So keep your hand off snooze. We've awakened.
Keep that hand off snooze, because we've awakened, guys. We've awakened. Abby Cook. Abby, thank you very much. Love that song. Love the new song. This song only has 6,191 views. Get that up there. Retweet it. Where we go one, we go all. Abby, her new one. We're in this fight together, guys, and she's done some amazing stuff for us. Song Babe has another song. Happy birthday, Song Babe. I'm sorry I didn't grab your song in time. We'll play that for you tomorrow. This is the Patreon. If you would like to help us out, buy us a cup of coffee, Shady. So guys, we're here in this fight together, and Shady, this is it. We got our Trinity coming out. We've got the Patreon, the PayPal. Guys, we are in this fight. We're being attacked heavily. We're being attacked by people of some coalitions and super PACs, and also people that we thought were friends and whatnot. But you know what? We're gonna keep going, Shady.
Yeah, I've got some. I've got a little bit of homework for all our Anon friends out there.
Homework.
I got homework.
Homework. All right.
Yes.
Give it to us, Shady.
All right. What I want them to do is I would like for you to go to intheMatrixxx.com with 3 X's to the Q post there, and I want you guys to do a little bit of your own research. I want you to go in and search the word Lexington and Concord, and get a little overview of what those Q posts talk about. And also maybe type Lexington Concord into your Google machine and find out the significance of the anniversary coming up tomorrow, everyone. I'm gonna leave them with that. I want them to go look for themselves, Matrixx.
Shady, I think I gave him a cheat sheet. I gave him a link. I gave him a link. I can't help it. They're my Patriot friends.
Give them a link, but as long as they go read, I want them to read the context of the post to talk about Lexington and Concord.
Yes, and we'll talk about that tomorrow, Shady. That's awesome.
Yes, sir.
All right, now look, guys, Shady, we forgot to tell you.
You told
about
me
this.
not to foreshadow. I messed up.
No, you foreshadowed. It's good. It's good. I actually ruined you this time. So look at this, guys. Q has asked us a lot of times. This is QPost.com. intheMatrixxx with 3x's.com Q posts. Look at the stuff that we're bringing you, guys. We're bringing you content. We're bringing you a website. We're bringing you the best Q post aggregator out there. Q has told us to go ahead and learn how to archive offline. You can come to intheMatrixx, 3x's.com/Q posts. Hit this button right here. Click here to download Q posts. Okay? Do you want to show the deltas? You can check that. Do you want to show reply deltas? You can do that. Do you want reversed from starting at 1? Do you want it to start at 1 and go down? Click that. You can, day mode will automatically happen, but if unchecked, it will look like the current Q post site. So if you want it white to stop ink issues, you can hit white and black. Black is unchecked, day is checked. All right, you can download the images if you didn't want the images. And once the file is prepared, we're preparing the files for downloads. Beep, beep, beep. Waiting for intheMatrixx. You know, we're getting it down. We're gonna do it we're doing it in dark mode. So it should look just like this. Oh, look, the files are ready. Let's click download. And this is a secure site. I'm gonna save them as Q posts. Okay, and I am going to allow. And then here we've got all the images. We're gonna save that. We're gonna do that. We've got the Q post zip. I'm gonna open it up and I'm gonna show you what it looks like. Check this out, guys. There's your Q post.
There it is.
There's your Q post.
On your PC.
There it is. You can have it. All right. And that starts from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all the way to 3,000. So archive offline, guys. And this is also another search tool too. You can say Matrixx, Matrixx. There you go. There's a bunch of them. All right. This is the best Q aggregator online, I guarantee you. Oh, look at all these intheMatrixx there. Look at that. Oh, wow. Cool. Shady, look at that. So there you go. Wow, that's cool. I never really noticed that. Look at that. There's intheMatrixx. I've been queued there. Okay. Queued here. Queued here with Shady. You queued.
Whoa.
On the top 200 list, queued. And then obviously I've got a lot of images as well. That have been queued, that red castle, green castle. So this is the best Q aggregator on the line because our product manager, like person, Webmaster Q, wanted to figure out what you guys wanted. He built this to see, for what you guys wanted. What I wanted. I needed it. I use it every day. Every time Q posts, I'm on this thread. I'm, using others, and now I've got my favorite one right here. His input, my input, your input, guys. This is your Q post aggregator. intheMatrixxx, 3x's.com/Q posts. And don't forget to come on over to intheMatrixxx, 3x's.com. We have the Q Army social network. Just in case you, me, anybody here gets lost, we know where to go because we've got that Q Army social network. We've also got the store for shirts. It's on the website. You've got everything here that you need to be red pill in your family, guys. There's a lot of great people on here. Over 4,000 people now. Poussant has the report right here link for you. Poussant, thank you very much. I'm gonna like that. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna love that. Wait, how do I do it? Wait, I hover over it and then hit love. Boom! I love that. And then there's Thumper Rose. Hey, Thumper, good to see you there. So we got a lot of great people. Revelation Equation, Garden Bee. Look at Deplorable Freedom Fighter. Look at the people here. Some people might be here. Donna Shelley's out there. Blue Eyes. What's up, Blue Eyes? Thank you very much. Oh my gosh, Shiami, thank you so much. 45 and 17. Yes, 45 and 17. And did you know that 4 plus 5 plus 1 plus 7 also equals 17? Did you know that? I'm sure it's just a coincidence, guys. But there are no coincidences, as we know. Shady, we have got to go. I don't want to go. We can do this all day. We're going to have an epic show tomorrow. It's going to be we're going to have 2 shows tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern. 1 p.m. Eastern, we are going to have the Matrixxx Groove Hour. And then at 10 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, Friday night, we are going to have the Q Lounge Live, Shady. Also, real quick, I might be appearing, I'm not sure yet, on the Steel Truth tonight. She said she's going to contact us, Shady, so we'll figure that out. That's with Ann Vandersteel. So let's figure it out, guys. We've got a lot of stuff going on. Please share this. Please like it. The replay will be on Periscope. Periscope, we love you. Give us hearts. We love the hearts. Thank you. Our wonderful mods out there. SD Cali. Don't forget to go see at 4 p.m. Don't forget to see We the People Insider. Don't forget I-70 on Wednesdays and every other Saturday. He's got a great show. Don't forget iPod. Don't forget Praying Medic. Don't forget Corticon. Don't forget them all. They're all praying. You know, you guys are amazing. Thank you very much. Please share us. Kathy, thank you. Trying to figure out how to give. Oh my gosh. You know what? Just retweet. You know, there's nothing behind any paywall. Whatever you can do helps. You know, we do have our own dedicated servers. This is not a game. We are doing the right thing. They didn't think that people could figure this stuff out, Shady.
No, they didn't, but I think they did.
We did, didn't we?
Yes, sir.
So intheMatrixx.com with 3 X's. Shady, last words of today. No collusion, delusion is over.
The collusion delusion has fallen away. Make sure that anyone who still tries to run with that narrative that you speak with, you let them know the truth, guys. This is going to be a slow roll to the whole Democratic con party eating themselves. Democrat con party. Let's say that correctly. Thanks, Matrixxx, for having me over, and thanks all of you Anons for joining us.
Yep.
And the no collusion, no obstruction narrative is alive and well.
And no materially impaired, man. If I hear that one more time, I'm going to throw up. Guys, Shady, thank you for joining us. I'm going to take us out of this Matrixxx. It does hurt a little bit, guys, but it's well worth it.
We got to squeeze down into a molecule.
Molecular forms. Assume that, because we are going to take us out of here, guys. And here we are. In the Matrixxx with 3x's.com. We've got Q posts. We've got the Q Army social network at Shady Grooove with 3 O's on Twitter. At intheMatrixxx with 3 X's on Twitter. No collusion, no obstruction. Winning. Remain humble. Go dig on that drop. Go dig on that Mueller report, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. 1 p.m. Eastern. 10 p.m. on the Q Lounge Live on Friday. Wow. 6 shows a week, guys. And never run out of anything. Peace. Where we go one, we go all.